So today we're looking at an old kitchen that was built in the 1960s, and it's a small kitchen. This is showing the kitchen in plan. There's some things that we're going to leave in place. There's a wall here, and on the other side of the wall is a set of stairs. And so because of the scope that we just kind of want to do changes to the kitchen and not the whole house, we're going to not touch this wall and leave the stairs just as they are. On this side of the kitchen, there's a step down to a lower dining room. And then on this side of the kitchen, there's a set of small swinging doors that go to a second dining room. They would like to open the kitchen up in this direction more, and they'll use this dining room primarily. The way this kitchen is laid out is here is the countertop area. It's quite small. It's about 6 feet of countertop with the sink in the middle and some upper cabinets that come over the range. And then here's the refrigerator where it sits currently. This is a window overlooking the yard. So they'd like to keep the sink in about the same area in order to look at the yard. We're today looking at just increasing the storage, doubling the storage at least, and increasing the space and the relationship into this dining room, the dining room 2. I think we'll keep dining room 1 just as it is. We're going to keep the exterior wall as it is. I think we'll today look at getting rid of this wall, just open up the kitchen space. And then I'd like to also change this relationship from the range to the sink to the refrigerator. Right now we have this, normally you kind of like a triangle of movement between those 3 items. And right now the refrigerator and the range don't have a good relationship with each other. The other thing about the range is on the right side of the range, there's no countertop. So I think we're gonna change the position of the range in order to allow countertop on both sides. Let's give it a try. Let's do a little brainstorming. So what I'd like to do is move the range over to this wall. If we take out this existing wall that goes to dining room 2, well, then we're getting rid of this electrical to the range and also electrical on the other side. So we're going to move some electrical. It's going to require an electrician and a permit, but I think they'll be very happy. Let's try moving it over here. So what I'm going to do is put in a bank of cabinets on this other side of the kitchen. This is just the initial sketch. So we'd want to take accurate measurements before starting to order the cabinets, but I'm going to move the range over here. In this location, the range, if we keep the refrigerator in the same location, then and we keep the sink in the same location because we want to look at the window. Then we've got this triangle, which is a nice relationship with the refrigerator and the range. A person could stand here and cook. Another person could be at the sink or the refrigerator, and it just frees up a lot more space. So I think let's start with this. We'll put in some upper cabinets over here. Again, we can have a hood over the range. Put some upper cabinets all along the wall. Here is a lot of this could be like the existing layout, but this was such a pinch point. Here, the old layout, standing at the sink, and you're practically standing right next to the range too. So I'd like to increase this space so that there's some space next to the sink, a little bit more countertop. So when we take this wall out, we're going to push the whole thing a little bit toward the dining room, open that wall out, and maybe make an area that's a little more generous so that people could gather, and it would just have a more open relationship to that first dining room. So I'm going to push this way. We were getting rid of that wall, and let's take it up about Maybe we don't want to encroach too much, maybe 2.5 feet, something like that. I want to make sure that we have the clearances we need. Something like this. So now we've gotten rid of the wall. We've got, this could even be more generous if we wanted, slightly more generous. We can still have a Lazy Susan in this corner, but now we have a little more space on this side. You can see underneath how it was such a small countertop area there, but now it's going to be much more generous. We can definitely put in some drawers, and let's see, the sink, we could put some upper cabinets here too. Upper cabinets here, and we want the upper cabinet to come out over the refrigerator too. So we've got upper cabinets here, cabinets all along this wall. We've moved the range to increase the triangle of circulation, and we're not encroaching too far into this main room, so it could still be an office or a breakfast nook or something like that. So let's draw what those cabinets might look like. We could do drawers down here. We could do a whole bank of drawers. Drawers can be very useful. You can put pots and pans in them. So this bank might look something like this, with the range in the center. Now we're looking at the wall, just like we're looking at the side of the wall. It's called an elevation rather than a plan view. So there would be upper cabinets, a bank of lower cabinets. These I'm showing with drawers, and the range in the center that allows you to be able to put your utensils and your food on either side while you're cooking, and it greatly increases the storage on that side. And then let's look at the other side. Cabinets on this side. Again, we've got the refrigerator, the sink looking out at the window, and then we've got this set of cabinets. So let's get out another piece. Now I'm drawing the elevation. So we're looking at the cabinets straight on. The refrigerator. And we can certainly put in a nice refrigerator with a lower drawer. The sink is still in the same place. It's here. We'll keep the dishwasher in the same place, more or less. I think maybe we could add, it looks like I've moved the sink over a little bit. We could maybe add a small spice drawer or something like that on the end. This is the dishwasher. So it looks like we have room enough for another drawer cabinet if we'd like. Maybe the utensil drawer on the side. Just do that quickly. Again, we could put in a Lazy Susan if you like. There's some really nice Lazy Susans out there. And then here at the end, we'll have an overhang. So we can have a chair here or a stool, something somebody could sit and enjoy being at the end of the open area now, no longer a wall on this side. And then we'll do the upper cabinets next to the window. I can put an upper cabinet on that side. I wouldn't necessarily put a whole bank going across because this is going to be maybe a little sitting area over here. It more than doubles the amount of cabinetry. So again, the elevation, let me lift that up so it makes more sense. It sort of looks like this, whereas that's the window, and in plan you see the window here and the sink. So here's the sink. I'll draw the faucet so it makes more sense. The refrigerator, the dishwasher, the sink, still room for the Lazy Susan here, and a couple of cabinets. And then there's an opportunity here. It's an elevation I didn't draw, but there's an opportunity for drawers or another cabinet. You know, maybe your mixer wants to go here. There are some options. Again, this is just an initial sketch. It's an idea of what it might be like if you opened up the kitchen, took out the wall, doubled the cabinetry, more than doubled it. And I think this would be a nice solution to a very small kitchen. So if you would like to change your kitchen, send me your photos, your kitchen, your story. What is it you don't like about your kitchen? And what are you trying to accomplish? And I'm happy to do a little dream sketch to get started. Okay, thank you so much. Have a great day.